Hello again.
A dash of frosting!
Ah, you made it. I've got some tickets, and I managed to set something up with the ROKOT. It'll have to wait until after the show, though. Happy to stay and watch? I doubt you've seen the Korolyevsky troupe on stage before. Pleasure. Here, this is the way in.
Please present yourself for a routine inspection in accordance with theater regulation.
Is that guy?
Okay, all done.
What's up? Everything okay? Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are always passing through here. Still, it's a little unusual to see the Fatui's Armory Palace Guard here. You saw him. He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion. But I only ever see him here for one thing. Supposedly a researcher, though he never seems to put much time in at the... But that's not for us to worry about. What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh? Oh, the one in Fontaine? I hear it's iconic. Here we are, just in time. Sorry, coming through.
If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem?
Look, there she is. That's who I'm introducing you to later. She's the lead singer of the troupe, Vodyanitsa. This leads directly to the green room. They're expecting us. Hey there. Excuse me.
Can you believe it? I am so mad right now.
Oh, it's you two.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you met yesterday and couldn't stop thinking about?
I never said that.
Yes, you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner.
Might I ask what brings you two here?
Oh, I just brought him here to see the show. And when it finished, he was full of praise for Vodionitsa's performance. So I thought I'd try my luck. See if we could get the chance to chat for a bit.
You work here. You of all people ought to know that's against the rules.
Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph. You can take a picture too if you want.
Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to chat.
I wasn't making that stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to. She thinks very highly of you. And so do I. You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. Confidentiality, of course. The ROKOT is very strict on that.
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud! Not with an outsider here.
Relax, I've taken care of it.
The President's reply sent this morning. Wait, so he's been approved to join?
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the ROKOT. Unfortunately, ROKOT intel is only available to but ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya, we've been working together. I've seen the way everything about you is perfectly in alignment with what we're trying to achieve in the I wrote a letter to the President explaining your situation, including just the right amount of detail. Of course, it's still your decision whether you want to join or not. We'll respect.
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge you, I guess we don't need to worry about you blowing up. Still, you gave me a real fright. I didn't know that's why you came looking for me. So, that stuff you said about admiring my performance. Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear.
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said, the ROKOT is a covert organization. Members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us maintain a high level. Because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints. So long as...
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This...
Beyond the freedom to choose how you operate, it's also your choice whether to act at all. We have plenty... In short, joining the ROKOT in and of itself won't place... There's a code of conduct you can read if it interests you. But basically, as long as you don't plan on using your anonymity...
I tried reading it 5 or 6 times. Never made it all the way through. Even the most lackluster script makes for more interesting reading.
Great. Then I'll go grab an official application.
Well, Alosha has this pet dog, you see. His name's Tagarin. Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so then the ROKOT was out on a mission one day. And even though we were all...
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid, like... my job at the theater. By the way, what were you complaining about just before we came in?
Everything did not go okay. That's why I was so mad. I tried to make some small... but he wouldn't take the bait. No matter what I said. And then he started complaining. He said he didn't appreciate his... I mean, what did he expect? Everyone knows that if you want a box seat, you buy a ticket well in advance. I had to juggle things around just to get him a half-decent seat, hoping he would appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, meeting Chuganov in person has definitely been... Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you? Chuganov was that older guy you were sitting next to today. I'm sure he...
To the citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different story. It's one thing to ask for a favor, but he acts like it's his right. He always expects special treatment. Take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually gotten him a private box in the past. Not to mention that he's never paid for a single one of his tickets. And another thing, if he's such a big family man...
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't do it the easy way, we'll have to... But first things first. Here's your application form.
Looks like I'll need to make a few little... Alright. Now that we're officially ROKOT comrades, I can tell you, recently, we've done some recon work at the Iskra manufacturing plant, which pretty much confirmed that their energy... All we need now is some direct evidence to present to the Vetcha.
That way, the Kresny Crystal can be allocated...
I was hoping he might let slip during one of our chats, but I'm meeting another regular theater goer tonight.
But Valeri's here too, and he's probably...
Don't you worry. He must know how to dodge Valeri. Or Mitya is a renowned energy expert. Although we can't get any direct evidence, the authorities should take someone like him. Also, we're not allowed on site, but he has clear... yeah, so that's the other thing we're trying to figure out. Though I think we're far less likely to make any progress. Still, I hear that Mitya is a bit of a chatterbox. So...
What do you think? Sound like something worth your time?
Okay, in that case, you guys find a seat somewhere nearby. Pretend you're a couple of buddies there to eat. He's a huge fan, so I doubt he'll have his guard up around me. But you two...
Sure. Don't worry. We'll make a believable pair of buddies.
Perfect! You've sold me already. Now...
Okay. What needs tight?
Everything!
We come here often, so we shouldn't stand out. Now, it's up to Vodyanitsa. Let's see how the...
Mr. Mitya! Over here! Over here!
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned. Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks. Whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule...
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining...
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious opportunity. I've already had to decline your invitation several times because our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this...
Well, it's very kind of you to make time just for me.
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Snezhnaya is full of weird and wonderful things like that, so people tend not to bat an eye.
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan.
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many times I hear you sing, maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice. Or maybe you simply improve with every performance.
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that. Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah. The piece you sang today, for example. Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising a good performance. I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely song. But the more you listen, the more you realize that it's not as cold and nihilistic as it—
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to pick up on that. Actually, still, beneath the frozen—
Oh, really? But it's a classic. You sing it every—
Almost every time.
Oh. Well then, let me say a—
I didn't sing that one today either. My voice wasn't quite up to it, so—
Oh. But,
Sorry, Mr. Mitya, but you were at the theater today, yes?
Of course I was. Remember? I said hello to all the troupe members before the show.
So what did Odette sing today?
Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose, of course.
Correct. You find my singing boring, don't you? That's why you don't remember a single song.
No, that's not it. I swear. All right. I'll be straight with you. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater for a change of— Odette's dance during the Elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose today was simply incredible. It got that look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy. It was— not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things, but I still think it was productive.
So what you're saying is, you didn't let—
Unfortunately not. I'm sorry. I don't know which is more disrespectful. The fact—
Seems like things are getting a little awkward.
Mitya just stepped into a conversational minefield. If there's one thing Vodyanitsa doesn't like, this meeting was so hard to set up.
It's fine. I suppose this is affirming in its own way. Don't let it bother you. It certainly doesn't bother me.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Well, I'll be sure to let Odette know how much you adored her performance.
Please don't say that. I always love your performances too. It's just that inspiration struck at the wrong—
I know, I can tell. That's why I value your opinion. I'm sure some people can't stand it when others praise their coworkers right to their face, but not me. No, sir.
Fair enough. I still feel kinda bad though.
But you know what I really can't stand? People who only show up to the theater to pretend.
Oh yeah, 100%. There are too many of those people around. But, what's wrong?
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Iskra manufacturing plant. He isn't even a theater investor. Box tickets only, premium drinks, even the right to—
Well played, Vodyanitsa. Seems like she's harnessing her rage.
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with that guy before. I gotta say, everyone holds him up at—
Yeah, he couldn't care less about what's happening on stage. He's just there to flaunt his social status. What's the big deal with that factory he runs anyway? I asked around a bit and heard some pretty shocking stories. Sounds like he's just another—
Oh, really?
Yep, the things people are saying are pretty damning. Low wages, insanely long working hours, equipment running around the clock. And as if that's— Project Stuja has now been extended so many times, we're at the point where crystal rations for the common folk are barely enough to— If the rumors are true, he's in serious violation—
Interesting. So you've heard about it too?
What? So it's really true?
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. But there's no smoke. The Rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of Crystal. My coworkers in the department—
The Rooster? I didn't realize he cared that much.
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on Crystal trading, the poor will wind up freezing to death. Looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturing plant as soon as possible. I never knew you kept up with current affairs beyond the theater, Miss Vodyanitsa. Most Fae in your position have long been indifferent to the plight of humans.
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to any significant upheaval. I'm just surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over Project Stu-
This is it. We're finally going there.
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information. But since their conversation is so relaxed, he might just let—
It's stressing me out too. If I'd only made better progress.
Oh, so your work is related to Project Stuja?
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the Light Realm, and not Element. Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained. But harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes by. Sometimes, I see people staring into space as if—
Could it be that this new energy source has some—
No, it doesn't affect us, because the energy is used for— Okay, I got it. Stop choking me. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so—
Seems like I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have—
Don't worry about it. I count myself lucky, to be honest. I don't envy the people who work close.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy. Yeah, censored by a scarf.
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm so sorry. We ended up barely—
That's okay. It was a pleasure chatting with you, really.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, hopefully once the work pressure eases up a little, I'll be able to focus more on the performance, and then we'll have more to discuss. We touched on some confidential issues today. I'd be grateful if you could keep it between us.
That could have gone worse.
Nice job. Why was Mitya in such a hurry?
Sorry, routine inspection. Okay, let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure—
All right, time for us to get going too.
We'll settle our check too, then.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanitsa and her two friends.
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? This raises a lot. Maybe his work isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the Vodyanitsa and Alosha have left. Time to head back and call it a day.
You're back! Paimon was just gonna mention that. After she woke up today, Paimon felt like her temperature was still. There's some good news. It's like there's some kind of mysterious She only started feeling this way since we arrived.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do?
What is it? You're making that face again. So, they're trying to develop a new energy source here? And you think that might... Well, Mitya denied that the energy they're researching has any side effects. And even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon. It's pretty faint. Sure, Paimon's with you there. But how, though? The ROKOT only has a limited... Oh, great point! They argue about Good idea! Oh, yeah. While you were out, Paimon, this one seemed right up your alley. So, Paimon saved some for you. Come try...
Alosha replied. He says that we won't be able to speak at the Vetcha, but he can arrange for us to attend his Time to get ready. Then head to the Snezhnaya Vetcha.
Miss Vodyanitsa, prima donna of the Korolievsky troupe.
Sorry, I'm not taking interview. Oh good, you're here. The session's about—
Please wait, Miss Vodyanitsa. Could...
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Kresnik Crystal, the relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report.
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never sees— There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course—
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy documents, I could have at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass.
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the—
Okay then, best-selling street stall newspaper.
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will—
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their— But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 50— It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent ration—
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, you appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function. And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya—
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I raised. Or
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only—
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regraders struck back with style and a war of words ensued. Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support? The people have spoken! Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he—
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However this reporter wants to spin things, I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the North, so surely their relationship can't—
You two are getting off topic. Let's focus.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to say—
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most but I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, the most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic. Clearly, with the notorious Lelek still active to this day, should the ROKOT be held responsible? No, there is someone else to blame.
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The ROKOT are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility for their... As for Lelek, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most... Ending Project Stuja has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that. So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever...
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against? Well, whatever the story is, his actions...
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really... I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. Whatever you need, you can ask the Fatui to look into it for you. In terms of supervision,
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon... The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuja.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions.
My apologies, Lord Roos.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised...
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now. In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center.
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Svietlo Lidovka's report, and although
Be that as it may, does no one see an issue with using local...
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate.
Very well, then. It appears...
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment. Today, the prima donna of the Korailievsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnograd Vecha in the company of a...
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe. Got...
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against? Why
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuja...
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge...
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how...
Chuganov. I see.
Yes. Go, Lelek. Once Project Stuja is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will find...
In accordance with the result of this vote, Project Stuja will We debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of the session.
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chukanov to vote against Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political... As we heard, Project Stuja is basically just a resource but even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa... I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to hold... But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the vet... Exactly. And as you... I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. Rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be... But now, he's already voted against it. Which means... Yeah. No one knows why Lelek is so obsessed with ending Project Stuja. But by the looks of it, he's inching close...
Lelek must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to... Maybe my next step should be to...
Oh, right. What are your plans for...
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during...
I didn't take you for a political...
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend...
Ah, Odette must have introduced you.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should have...
Sure. Break... Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, Traveler. There's...
Oh, yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the ROKOT could cause such a... Huh? You want to look into Lelik?
Fine by me, I guess. If the Traveler... In return, it seems fair to let him...
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is caring after... Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records...
As you command, child.
In that case, since we're going to be waiting anyway...
One common thread among the many incidents Lelik has been involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's...
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning. Not that that's... It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time. So they switched the focus of the investigation to Faye. Unfortunately, careful, don't underestimate me. Although truth be told, I'd probably...
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just... There can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile.
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with... There's no denying that Master is strong.
He's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than...
But that's the most important thing. In my opinion, anyway.
Odette.
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your...
No, wait a moment.
What do you mean?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you...
Plus, she wouldn't need to be such a pro at covering her tracks. She'd already know where the Fatui... Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for...
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette. Rosaline used to open up to her in private about her. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite... She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before... Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against Project Stuzha. Bean, her father passed away during the early stages of the project. That was back before it had been named Project Stuzha, when things were still being... But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette. Is that such a surprise? If you cast your mind back, you may remember that Rosaline and I weren't exactly...
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a Fatus, and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is, after her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with per capitano's policy. Family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately... So, regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui...
It's just a theory. A possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now. or plenty of people were on bad terms with Rosaline. Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket.
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's fan, but Odette's been practicing it diligently.
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally,
I've actually seen it several times before. The story, it's a tale of love and regret, but when that classic melody kicks, not an easy dance to do justice to, though.
In that case, I think that even if she is, I'll let you take it from here,
You made a ton of progress today. It's good that everything's going so smoothly. Next step is to head back to the theater and get a clear answer from either way. Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some maybe this is going too far, but like, with everything she's managed to do so far, why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, so... If it is her, she's got yeah! Well, all you can do is no change, really. But that thing Paimon told you... Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon...
Yeah, I wish you could be there too.
Guess it's just one of those things.
If Odette is Lelik, she may well have inside information. Her father was involved with the project's early implementation. And it's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing when she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui. How much did she let on? Only time will tell.
Hey look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day.